What if I told you failure wasn't the end? Failure is actually the beginning. Failing is one of the best things that could ever happen to you. And I know not everybody's going to tell you that because they don't want to see you hurt, but sometimes hurting actually grows you into who you're supposed to be. Failing is actually the best thing that ever happened to me. It created me. It broke me down so much to see what I was made of. It made me so strong. It made my mindset push through anything because I pushed through something, right? Failing is never a fail. Failing is a win, always. It's always a lesson. Here's the truth. Every person you admire or look up to or you see on TV has failed. And they haven't failed once. They have failed over and over and over. Steve Jobs was fired. Tom Brady was 200 in the draft pick. Michael Jordan didn't make his basketball team. I can go on and on and on. These failures drove people to success because failing is the biggest lesson you can learn. But here's how you transition from failing to realizing that it's a lesson. The day that you decide that nothing grows on top of the mountain and it grows at the bottom is the day that you decided that you're going to win. It is the day that you decided to learn how to be relentless. It's a phase in your mind that you're never going to quit. You're never going to stop. And it's really, really difficult to be around people that don't necessarily align with those things, right? Risk takers have failed. And not everybody wants to fail. They don't want to be hurt and they don't want to be judged. The problem is judgment is the reason we all slow down. Because if someone judges us, they don't love us. We're not worthy of them if we fail. But in reality, they actually will have a lot more respect if we try. Because there's nothing worse in the world than regret. Nothing. If you're going to go day in, month by month, year by year, and not chase your dream just because you're scared of judgment, you're going to literally be so depressed later in life because you're going to live in regret. If you feel stuck, if you feel like, failing is a stop sign, it's not. It's a place and time for you to stop and look at the stop sign, be aware of what's going on around you, because a lot of times a stop sign is designed for things flying past you. An example, if you drive down the street and you don't stop, you might hit a vehicle. God's looking over you, watching you, going, hey, stop for a second. Look what's going on around you and then move. Don't ever think that failing is a stop sign. It's a pivot. It's a chance for you to grow and expand. What is failing teaching you? It's teaching you to go through the ups and downs because that's what life is full of. It's teaching you not to be scared in those moments. It's teaching you to grow and to be tough and to conquer what you're supposed to do on earth. If God gave you a vision to do something and He believes in you, why don't you believe in yourself? Don't be scared of judgment. When I think of the word failure, I think of a slingshot, right? I think of resistance. As a slingshot, you pull back what's supposed to move forward. And the more you pull back, the more resistance, the more all these things, the further it shoots forward. And a lot of times when it rains, it pours. And as you keep getting pushed and you keep getting pushed and you keep getting pushed, finally you get to a point where you're like, I can't live here anymore. I have to move forward. And sometimes that risk and failing align. You are designed to push boundaries. You are designed to break things and break habits. But if you're in a position where you feel like failing is stopping you from being your greatest gift, it probably is. You have to push those habits. You have to push your mindset that you're going to accomplish something. And you're not going to be scared of judgment. You need to be around people that really truly believe in you so that you can overcome that fear of failing and that fear of judgment. My biggest failure was actually just never trying. The biggest lesson I learned was that everybody that was judging me was also in the same place I was because they wish they were doing and trying versus living in regret and dying. That's how I felt. I was at a place where I was like, I feel like I can't move. I feel like I can't get out of bed. I feel like I'm dying. And I know that's an extreme thing, but there's a difference between feeling existing and then living. And when I was in that space of not trying, I was existing in everyday world. Now I'm in a position where I feel like I'm truly living every day because I got out of that word fail and I got into the word trying. I'm gonna fail, but I'm also excited with it because I've seen the outcome. I grew. I became a better person. I was humbled. I value things different. I appreciate things different because I failed. I'm so thankful for the failure because it taught me everything I needed to know in life and in business. And those things are also going to continue to come. I have to continue to get out of my comfort zone. I got to continue to push. I got to continue to become better because here's the thing. I know that God's pushing me through this for a better, positive reason. And most likely it's to help more people. Don't live in regret, and make sure you're not existing, and make sure you're living. Go out there, risk it, and make it happen. If this is something that you align with, reach out and connect with like-minded people that have gone through specific things, because the mountains are up and the mountains are low. And you need to be involved with the people that are in between, on the top and the low, so that you can evaluate your life correctly. That's what I wish I had. I wish I had the people around me that actually pushed and supported me to making my dreams come true. So be around the right people. And if you're in a position where you're not around the right people, reach out to me. I'd love to communicate and see how I can help. Drop a comment below, hit subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.